Welcome back, Emily. Please make yourself comfortable. Tell me, what has been on your mind since we last met?
I think I'm falling in love. He's wonderful, really kind. I feel so good when I'm with him. But at the same time, I'm terrified of losing him. I keep checking my phone. I keep imagining that he's pulling away.
Hmm, interesting. So love and anguish seem to arrive together, almost as if one immediately awakens the other. We've encountered this pattern before. I'm curious. What makes you feel so attached to someone you barely know?
I don't know. He makes me feel beautiful, interesting, important. Sometimes I already imagine my whole future with him.
And yet, you've just told me you're afraid of losing him. Why?
Because he doesn't really know me. I'm trying very hard to give him a certain image of myself, and I'm scared that one day he'll discover who I really am. When he does, I think he'll leave.
Hmm, interesting. A few sessions ago, you told me how important it was for you to be a good person. It sounds as though you're trying to present that same image to this man. So perhaps this isn't only a relationship between you and him. Perhaps it's also a relationship between you and the person you believe you should be.
Hmm,
Stay with that thought for a moment. What comes to your mind?
my father. He always talked about morality. He would say things like, protect the weak. He always told me how I should behave, how I should think. Maybe because he knew he was dying from cancer, maybe he wanted to prepare me for life. But what comes to my mind now is that I've spent my whole life trying to become someone better than who I really am, trying to feel differently, trying to be different.
What do you mean?
It's like with my sister-in-law. I don't allow myself to simply feel what I feel. I don't really want to be close to her. And somehow I think that's wrong. It's the same with this man. I'm not only anxious about losing him. I'm anxious about what I feel. I feel like I have to show him someone else, someone better than me. But isn't it okay to like some people and not like others? Why do I always feel guilty about what I feel?
Hmm, this is a very important insight, Emily. You're beginning to see that your struggle is not only about your relationships, it's also about your relationship with yourself. Your father's words seem to have become an internal voice telling you not only what to do, but also what you should feel. And perhaps, as a child, you learned that who you naturally were was never quite enough, that you had to become someone better, someone good. I'm wondering whether this relationship feels so intense because it carries a promise. The promise that through his love, you might finally become that person you've always been trying to be. But at the very same time, it awakens the fear that you never will. It's a painful paradox. You long for love, while fearing that love will expose who you really are. I'm curious, what would happen if you simply allowed yourself to feel what you actually feel, just as we explored with your sister-in-law, without trying to correct yourself, without trying to become someone else? After all, perhaps this man is not really the problem either.
He would discover that I'm a bad person, and then he would leave.
Hmm, I'm not sure that's reality. I wonder whether that's the little girl we've been meeting these past few sessions. The little girl who believed she wasn't chosen, who believed she wasn't enough. The little girl who learned to associate love with loss. And perhaps that's why your mind rushes so quickly toward abandonment. Not because this man is abandoning you, but because an old wound is asking to be seen once again. You also seem to imagine him as someone who could finally complete you, like an ideal. But ideals can become prisons. When we stop seeing the real person in front of us, we start loving an ideal fantasy instead. Take your time. Get to know him. Let him show you who he is instead of imagining who he could become. And while you do that, keep cultivating what already makes you feel alive. Your curiosity. What ifs. Allow yourself to imagine, to think outside of the box like they say. You're not a bad person, Emily.
No, I don't think you're right. You don't know me. You don't know what I've done, or what I think sometimes. Maybe I really am a bad person. Maybe you're just trying to make me feel better. I'm angry right now.
Thank you for telling me that. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm simply listening. And what I hear right now is not a bad person. I hear someone who is frightened, someone who is frustrated, someone who carries a great deal of sadness. Perhaps this anger belongs to the little girl we've been talking about. The little girl who felt she had to become someone else in order to deserve love. The little girl who believed she had to earn her place. She has been waiting a very long time to be comforted, and perhaps that's what we're really doing here, not trying to change who you are, but helping that little girl discover that she never had to become anyone else to deserve being loved. We'll keep working on that together. I'm not leaving, and neither are you. We have time.